Hi, it's Dan from UK Moneyman. One of the questions that we're asked most often is how much can you release using a lifetime mortgage equity release? What happens is the lenders calculate the amount that you can release based on your age and the value of the property. So the amount that you can release increases as you get older, and depending on the lender it can also increase if you've got some pre-existing medical conditions that meet with our criteria, but that's quite a specialist area and you should speak to an advisor about that. Loosely speaking, if you take equity release out at 55, which is the youngest age that you can start, you probably get somewhere in the region of about 26% currently of the value of your house. Now, if we're in a period where interest rates are higher, then that amount will reduce. If it's a period where interest rates have come down a bit, then you might be able to release a little bit more. The reason that the amount is limited is because the payments on an equity release mortgage are voluntary. So the lender will always have to build in enough margin for you not to make any payments and for those payments to increase onto your mortgage each month. So the younger you are, the greater the potential for the mortgage to increase and get towards and maybe even beyond the value of the property that you're borrowing against. So as you get older, say you're in your 70s, on current terms you could probably borrow about 40% of the value of a property, and then as you get into your sort of mid-80s, then it tops out at just over 50% currently. These figures may change, as I say, due to what the economic situation is at the time, where interest rates are. But as a general rule of thumb, that's quite a good way to look at it. Whatever age you are, if you're borrowing at the top end of what you can borrow, then the rates are going to be very high compared to coming back even a few percent of the value of your property. So when you speak to an advisor, it's really important that you have a think beforehand about how much you need to borrow, because if you can reduce your objectives by just a bit, that can mean a much more competitive interest rate for you and less impact on your estate over time.